Hello, it's me, Antonio D'Amico, and this is D&D with a twist. In this series, I take a D&D thing, could be a monster, could be a race, could be a class, it's a class, and I give it a fun new twist. We look at it, and we ask ourselves, is it worth it? Can we work it? And then we put our thing down, flip it, and reverse it. It's like a magical girl transformation sequence if the magical girl got her powers from nearly a decade-old Vine references.
And they were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
So when I think of rogues, I think of...
So you want to disrespect anime, huh? Pathetic. Think again.
Rogue is the class for people that think that trench coats are cool and own Linkin Park t-shirts in 2021. Rogues are your high damage, high dexterity, high edge class of choice when playing D&D. If when your friend told you that you could make any character you wanted in D&D, your first thought was to make this... yeah, you might want to play a rogue. Rogues are damage dealers through and through, and their role in the battlefield is quite simple. They are traditional glass cannons, like wizards. High damage output, low health pool. Like a chihuahua with too much eyeliner on. The rogue signature ability is sneak attack. It inflicts an amount of extra damage depending on your rogue level. 1d6 at levels 1 and 2, 2d6s at levels 3 and 4, and so on. You will never forget this even if you're not playing a rogue, because the one at your table will inform you every single time that they are about to roll 27 d6s. Every turn. Never gets old, guys, keep going, we all love it. As long as you're hiding, or there's an actual useful party member in actual combat with the enemy, you can get your sneak attack off and scream those damage numbers at the top of your lungs. Sneak attack damage can get absolutely insane.
I'm about to sing a song. Move, bitch. Get out the way!
And is what makes the rogue such a strong damage dealer. Interestingly, that's the only damage dealing ability that the rogue gets. A huge chunk of their kit is to make them as annoying to hit as possible. Let's take a look at those abilities. Cunning action lets the rogue use a bonus action to do many things. The first is to dash, making it easier for them to move around the battlefield as quickly as possible. They can also use a bonus action to hide, so they can set up their sneak attack. And disengage, so that they are out of an enemy's reach before the consequences of their actions catch up to them. Uncanny dodge, or as I like to call it, if you hit me I'm telling mom, allows rogues to just take half damage of any attack. Just because. Just like that. Rogues, man, I swear to God. Evasion, which along the lines of Uncanny Dodge, allows you to either take half the damage from spells and other attacks that ask you to make a saving throw if you fail, or straight up take no damage at all if you succeed. And finally, Elusive, which just makes it so that nobody can ever have advantage against you on attacks. Ever. To really fuck your DM up. God.
Hey,
No.
are you okay?
No, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm fine. Now, as you can see, the rogue is pretty much built to deal very high damage and not get hit ever at all. This is because they can't take many hits, so most rogues are about coming in, attacking, and then retreating to lean against the wall and hide until it's their turn to attack again or something. But rogues are not only good in combat. Along with the bard, rogues are skill monkeys, excelling in and out of the battlefield. If the bard is the master of roleplay abilities, the rogue is the master of utility abilities. This might be because most rogues think roleplay is pretending to be Batman and having the party spend every waking moment trying to convince you to come back and play the damn game.
I don't belong here.
Along with way too many skill proficiencies and getting expertises on top of that, rogues get abilities like Thieves' Cant, which is a secret language that nobody but rogues know, consisting of symbols and gestures and ciphers. It's so secret that even your DM will forget about it after the one time they put anything in Thieves' Cant to make you shut up about it. They also get reliable talent, which basically makes it impossible for the rogue to ever be bad at anything they have proficiency in. This is great for the rogue player to feel superior when they roll a 67 on stealth and you roll a 7 with disadvantage. Aside from these basic class features, rogues have a ton of abilities that come from their subclass, or their roguish archetype. Roguish archetypes let you pick what specific flavor of edgelord you want to build. Let's take a look at some of them.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
The Assassin. The Assassin is the edgiest of edgelords when it comes to rogues. As the name implies, the Assassin is all about, well, assassinating.
Don't let the killer get you! Like Halloween, I think it's for ghouls and goblins and for the killer in disguise to choke you out.
This translates into a bunch of abilities all about getting a drop on your foe and delivering tons of damage if you catch them by surprise. I actually think this subclass is extremely situational and only really works in campaigns where you run heists and other infiltration missions very often, but people pick it all the time because it's the edgiest. If your weird friend wants to play Batman, just hand them this and put them in a dark corner somewhere. They'll be happy. The Phantom. The Phantom adds a very important flavor to the edgy rogue combo, emo. The Phantom is the Jack Skellington messenger bag of subclasses. It gives the rogue some ooky, spooky, babadooky, ghostly themes. After living life at the edge of death, they become ghosts themselves, harnessing the power of spirits and use their whispers to empower their strikes and yada yada yada. We get it, it's very scary. It's actually a very well-rounded subclass that gives some really powerful damaging abilities, as well as a ton of utility in combat, a new resource called Tokens of the Dead, and the ability to walk with ghosts.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
A solid pick, whether you had Nightmare Before Christmas posters in your room when you were 14, or not.
You are a little thief.
The Thief. The Thief is, weirdly enough, both an iconic rogue subclass and also one that has the least amount of edge packed in it. The Thief subclass does not give much in terms of damage to the rogue, but rather buffs their already massive utility. Thieves can steal better than anyone else, climb better than anyone else, and sneak better than anyone else. They can also use magic items, whether they should or not, and get a whole extra turn just because. All in all, a good subclass if you don't spend 98% of your time in a dungeon. The Swashbuckler, which is just an SAT word for pirate. They seem to be even less likely to be edgelords than thieves, which is a feat in and of itself when you're a rogue. Being a swashbuckler is all about dueling your opponent with dexterous swordplay while you both dance around a crumbling ship as the Pirates of the Caribbean song plays in the background. Their abilities are all about transforming the playstyle of the regular rogue into something completely different. Swashbucklers gain sneak attack pretty much always, so they can be in the thick of battle, and they can weave in and out of combat without even using their bonus action to do so. They also get absolutely insane initiative, and some nifty uses of their charisma skills in combat. When played correctly, swashbucklers capture that vibe of adventurer perfectly, and have a really fun playstyle in and out of combat, while gaining more roleplay opportunities thanks to their high charisma. Please stop me from making another swashbuckler, I beg you, it's a problem at this point. Of course, there are many others. The Mastermind.
See, I'm telling you, I have the mind of a I have the mind of a mastermind. What's that? I don't know, but I'm so creative like that.
The Inquisitive.
I suspect foul play.
The Arcane Trickster. Wow. And the anime one.
Starburst Stream.
And this is all well and good, but what if we gave it a new twist? So you want to make a rogue.
This recipe is going to work nicely with this
spicy rogue.
Rogues are high damage dealers that rely on sneaking around to deliver devastating blows to their enemies. But even if the most common idea of a rogue is a cloaked teen edgelord pretending to be Batman during recess,
normal teenagers worry about bad skin. I don't have that luxury.
They don't have to be that. Because, say it with me now, here at D&D with a Twist Industries, we are not in the business of peddling basic. So what makes a rogue at the end of the day is their dexterous fighting, their use of underhanded tactics, and clever swordplay, and the fact that they are hard to hit because they can't take a punch to save their lives. Believe it or not, the edge is optional. Look at Swashbucklers. With that in mind, let's make some rogues that you can use as inspiration for your next character, or as cool NPCs for your players. Okay, for our first rogue, what if we took a subclass that calls for edginess and did something different with it? Let's pick Phantom Rogues. Our Phantom Rogue is Belinda, a cheery mortician in a growing metropolis. After a harrowing near-death experience, she gained the ability to see and contact spirits. She has since used her ability to help families in the grieving process, give the proper rites to the deceased, and ensure a safe passage into the ethereal plane. Belinda lives to bring peace to people and help them through the process of saying goodbye to those they love. She is, hate to say it, too pure for this world.
I'm almost done with your autopsy, Miss Peterson. It was the pancreas after all.
One day, her life is completely
turned upside down
when more and more ghosts show up at her mortuary. It appears something is stopping spirits from crossing the veil into the other side. That is when Belinda takes it upon herself to see what is causing this blockage. Armed with her trocar, her trusty scalpels, and a gallon of embalming fluid, she sets out on her very first adventure. She doesn't know much about combat, but she's got her spirits to guide her through that part. Give her a high dex and a good intelligence and charisma. Probably make her a custom background that gives her proficiency in medicine, add some flavor to her attacks about how spirits correct her posture and guide her blade, or warn her of incoming attacks when in combat. And there you go, a fresh twist on the Phantom Rogue. And we didn't even make it edgy. Look at us.
Who would have thought? Not me.
For our second one, what if we picked an iconic rogue archetype, but try to go somewhere different with it? Let's go with the Assassin. Let's play up the whole imposter aspect of the subclass. Our Assassin is Lady Delancey Cremicia Wilhelmina de Cartonneux. Contrary to what she will have you believe, Dela is not a noble at all. She was born to a kitchen maid of a centuries-old noble house. Day after day, Dela saw her mother mistreated by her cruel and uncaring masters. But what pushed Dela to her current way of life is what happened one night when a mysterious nobleman was invited to the manor. The nobleman requested the help of Dela's mom in the middle of the night, and she never came back to bed. She was found the morning after, dead in the manor courtyard. After that night, Dela's disgust for nobility pushed her to become an assassin. She kills a noble, and then, through her trusted disguise kit, forged papers, and extensive research, she assumes their identity. She travels the world, infiltrating noble houses as a noble, in hopes of finding her mother's killer, and learning what happened that dark and stormy night. Give her high dex and high charisma. Take the charlatan background and expertise in deception, and make her wear a modified robe à la française that hides her rapiers and like 100 daggers or so. Or give her the fan weapons I made for the Bard video. Check out that Bard video, please. And boom! An assassin that is not wearing a black cloak. Unheard of. And for our last concept, what if we stopped running away from what others call cringe? What if we welcomed the darkness into our hearts? What if we embraced the edginess? I can't control myself. And what is edgier than blood magic? Wouldn't it be cool to have a rogue that uses the damage it deals as a resource to do even more cool things with it? You could go for a vampiric theme for your character. You could get abilities that allow you to heal as you do damage or poison the blood of your enemies. You could track people by using their blood, control your enemies' bodies through their own blood, and maybe even infuse your weapon with blood to make it stronger. Well, Reaper mains and Shadow the Hedgehog stands, I hope your black trench coats are ready, because I just made a Blood Thief rogue subclass just for you, art included. You can find it in the description for, say it with me now, free. Go ahead and check out the Blood Thief and tell me what you think. And I hope that the Linkin Park discography accompanies you throughout all your adventures. little edgelords. And welcome to the end of the video. You made it. This was probably the most fun I've had finding references for a video by like a mile. I want everyone to know that I love every single song and every single reference played in this video. And this 100% comes from the heart and from a place of pure love. I'm not making fun of everybody. I would be making fun of myself when I was 16. Dark times. I have so much love in my heart for teenage edginess and angst. It's the purest thing in the world and we must protect it. I also hope you like The Blood Thief. I love blood magic as a concept and I have tons of ideas as to how it could relate to other classes. Or make its own class. We'll see. As always, the channel is super new, so sharing the video with friends and outside of YouTube helps a ton. Liking and commenting to boost the algorithmic magic helps as well. And I'm still shocked at the reception for these videos. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like them. I love making them. They're really fun. If you want to hear me scream, go on Twitter. Oh, and as I said, we'll be moving to a once every 2 weeks, twice a month schedule for the release of these videos. My videos take a long time to make, and I also gotta actually write the twists. I wanted to get 4 out as fast as possible to get the channel going, but now I want to take my time and make them as good as they possibly can be. So next video will be coming on Friday the 15th of April, 2 weeks from now. And that's it. Yeah, I'm gonna go listen to early 2000s punk rock. So see ya. Love y'all. Brush your teeth. Be nice. I'm getting worse at these outros with every single video. Anyway, mwah.